Untitled Family TV is a show that helps kids and parents grow together. Let's all go together. I thought when I was making that letter about what it would be like if Grandpa Terry would still be alive. I was thinking about what I was writing and what I wrote. I would think of every single thing I wrote on my note to Grandpa Terry. I really just imagined. We went down to the water to pray for the water because it was World Water Day yesterday. It was the full moon. We went down there and I did a really beautiful prayer that I liked. When I was doing that prayer, I looked into the water and I saw Grandpa Terry's face. We were praying for my dad's dad. I love you. I'm sorry I didn't get to see you. And if you were still alive, you and me could go fishing together. I bet you were a very good father. Thank you for taking good care of my dad. I love you, Grandpa Terry. I like to call when you were getting the pencil on a pile. And it was turning white. And it was turning pinky off. And then it was turning in yellow pieces. Wow! How something big, when you burn it, it turns into something really small. I love you, Rocky Daddy. I will see you to go on the pony bus and do this test good for us. I wanted to go home I was crying and I was down at the gear and then I was topping my pot and then we were just walking home. I said, love you, Daddy, and I said, I love you. And then Daddy said, I love you too.
Keep kicking the rocks as I walk down the street. Keep feeling the rock, keeping the beat. I got stress on my mind, but my baby tells me all the time I'm amazing, so amazing that I keep tripping when I'm
My dad was talking, I can't go. Come down from Oregon for a while. Family reunion, fishing trip. Came all night, Steve. We had night trying to cross
we are all students all at the same time. And when we have children, we are given our children for a brief period of time to guide them, to be the best, most vastly open aspects of who they are. When they are born, they are in their whole state. And it doesn't shift until we start implementing our own belief systems. Mm-hmm. And so my whole concept of what I do with my children and what I encourage others to do with theirs is to listen and realize that they are eternal beings. They are every bit the spirit that I am, that you are, that we are. And that they come more open and aware of our spiritual surroundings. Because my whole world is spirit first, and then the physical. Mm-hmm. And so I teach them that. And they teach me that. And when my child comes and I can tell what maybe one of their life lessons is, or what they've chosen to learn in this life, and it's not mine, and I let them learn that. I don't say that, well, this is right, this is wrong, because then it's putting it through my personal filters. Mm-hmm. The things that I came to learn are going to be different than what they came to learn. And it's important for all of us to hold strong to that concept. Because I feel a lot of the time our spirit is so vast and wants to grow. These children want to be big. You know, when I give them all the respect and I look at them like they're my teacher, they feel that. And all of a sudden something shifts, and it's not I'm here and you're here and I'm the adult and you're the child. It's not that. We're on an even playing field, and I learn as much from them as they do from me. And that it's this harmony, and all of a sudden you have this back and forth flow that is the flow that should be right with everything. Mm-hmm. And the minute you bring that kind of respect and integrity, things get better.
I've got to get back to the place where I feel I begun.
One of our favorite things to eat any time of the year, but especially spring and summer, are smoothies. And this is a really simple recipe that everybody likes. It has 1.5 cups of coconut water, or just plain water, or almond milk. This is about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of peanut butter, or you can use almond butter, or skip that entirely, no nuts. This is about 1.5 cups, 2 cups of packed spinach, or you can use kale. And I throw in a little bit of cilantro just for some flavor that I like. And this is frozen blueberries, 1 banana, and about 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. And we're gonna throw all of it in the blender. So it's gonna be a really fast cat's kitchen. Ready?
Yeah.
And pour that in. And then we're gonna put banana. Gabriel, you put the banana in there? No, put them in here, love. Right here.
Woo!
Woo! Okay, Rosalie, your turn. Oh, we have the chia seeds. We have the greens.
Can I put this in now?
Yep.
Thank you.
You wanna use your finger? Oh, let me get a look at.
Can I get that? Oh, yes. I want to get some out.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
So when we were filming our documentary that summer, we drove through Maine, and one of the things I wanted more than anything for the kids was that they could have an experience where they could eat as many berries as they wanted. Because here in Texas they're really expensive. You get a container of blueberries, it's like $8 for 10 of them or something like that. And so we went and picked blueberries, and the kids ate hundreds of them. And then we had them in the car, and Dana was eating and eating and eating, and then he said, "I'm done." And I thought, yes, we did it. So that was my blueberry story. Hold on just a minute. Ready? some glasses.
Are you excited, Gabriel?
When I first started researching the global water crisis, when I first got into this work, the statistic was that every 15 seconds a child dies from a waterborne illness. And today, that number is every 21 seconds a child dies from a waterborne illness, which is still unacceptable, but we're getting better. The people that we see most affected by the water crisis are women and children. Children are pretty much completely precluded from getting an education if they don't have access to clean water at the school. Girls don't at all. Once girls hit puberty and there's no clean water at the school and there's no sanitation and hygiene, they don't go to school anymore. And so this really affects the cycle of poverty and disease and gender inequality, which holds a community back altogether from development. Women are highly vulnerable to rape because they have to walk such long distances by themselves, oftentimes at dark because it takes that long. And so it completely affects unwanted pregnancy, disruptions in family. Women don't get to get an education or have start a career or start commerce, and the children aren't getting an education. So it's the beautiful thing that happens when clean water is available in a community and it's executed properly and with the right kind of community training, that women in a matter of months can get a new life and they can care for their family and they can be mothers. Then they begin to learn from other women and they're beaming with pride because they're sending their kids to school. And they know that their kid has a future where before there was just no hope for that. I remember I was 2 years into this work when I had my daughter, and I remember being up one night at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and nursing her, and my team was in Kenya at the time, and I was overcome with gratitude and sorrow, and I cried for probably an hour because I was so grateful that I was healthy and I was able to provide health for my daughter and that she would never be without basic necessities that would keep her healthy and give her opportunities. And I couldn't fathom what it must feel like to be a mother and not be able to do that simply because there's no water. So if I wasn't already passionate at that time, it really solidified it for me. And so it deepened my feelings for this work, being a mother, and knowing now that I'm a part of changing other mothers' lives and the lives of their children. Well Aware is an organization that I started to address water contamination and scarcity in Africa. I was not always in this field of work. I had a legal career. I graduated from law school, but I met a friend and she asked me if I would help raise money to replace some of the cattle and the goats that were dying in her father's village in Kenya. And I felt compelled to help. But what I thought would be a better solution at the time would be to provide a plentiful and clean source of water. So we raised some money and we flew to Kenya and we drilled a water well. And that moment on the ground in Kenya when we first saw water coming out of the borehole was a life-changing moment for me. I witnessed and I felt the incredible impact and transformation that would happen now in that community because they had a source of clean water where before they had none. And the women had to walk miles every day carrying the jerry cans full of water that weigh 40 pounds each
just so that their family could survive. I was on the ground when we were waiting for the pump test results, and I was holding this little girl who had been following me around the whole time on the drill site for the past 2 days. And she had been asking me that whole time for water, and she said, Maji, Maji. She really wanted to drink some of the water that we had in our van. But when they finally said at the pump test that the water was safe to drink, we took one of the empty water bottles and I filled it up for her. And she grabbed the water bottle and I grabbed her and I held her while she drank the entire large bottle of water in what seemed like one swallow. And I felt her relief and I felt her gratitude for that. And I did realize at that moment that her life would be different because of such a simple thing. Every single one of these water projects is close to my heart, but there are a few that do stand out because we've had high impact or we've invested a lot of time there, made lots of good friends there. Some of my favorite projects come from one particular region in Kenya. What we are seeing in that area where we've been invited to work is that where we're putting in a nice, big, high-yielding, sustainable water system. There are schools being built. In one of these areas in Daba, the girls in this region are going to the 8th grade for the first time ever in the history of the entire region. And there are people putting up permanent domiciles, and women are getting an education. The disease rate has plummeted, the education rate skyrocketed. So these are transformations that are happening literally over a year to 3 years. We go into one of these areas 3 years later and it just looks like a different place.
Take all the questions, I'll take all the scraped up knees. I'll pack all the lunches, all adventures, you and me.
Now, we must become the rain, letting our bodies sink into the parched earth, filling every crevice with a listening so great that flowers bloom where our bodies lie. Look up at the sky and shout prayers of thanksgiving that cause the heavens to join in, raining down sweet mercy. There is no choice anymore but to lie still and sink in. We must moisten the ground of each other with our own sweet essence, showing the rains by our example what it is to flow down, gathering strength and unity. What is it to love one another? It is to belly down and become the rain. That way, the earth may remember and so share her own heart, which beats in sync with our own.
you like our show, let us know. Contact www.
Good try. Contact us at www.wildfamily.tv.
Okay. Contact us at www.tv.
Contact us at www.wildfamily.tv.
Thank you for watching our show. Tell your friends and visit us at wildfamily.tv. Have a good day. We all love you so much. My guy and my mom and two of my brother and my dad and me. We love you so much.